G'day everyone, Daniel Anderson here. Welcome back to another episode of the Microsoft Teams Challenge, where we're going to today tackle the guest user access. And making them feel a little bit more part of the team as an external user. So one of the great features of Microsoft Teams is having the ability to include users from outside your organization, bring them in and be part of your team. Now, when we do that, the display names of these guest users are sometimes not as user-friendly as we could make them out to be, all right? So what generally happens is when you add an external user to your team, you type in their email address and you send off an invitation, but the user name or the display name of that user takes the form of the part of the email address that's before the @ symbol. But we can do some little things and make an adjustment so that we can make the display name a little more user-friendly and make them feel more part of that team. So let's jump in and have a look. As we can see here, we can add a member and we can type in that person's email address, all right? And let's go to this example. So I'm just gonna add this fake email address for this case, and we can click that. Now, before we send that off and before we add that person, what we can do here, you can see that it's used the first part of the email address is the display name, but we've got this little pencil here and we can edit this guest information. So here, this is where we can have a nicer display name, and we can go like this and we can change the display name, right? And now it's a nicer, you can put their proper name in if they're using a different email address or whatever their email address is. We can now give them and their display name a much better appearance, and they use their proper name in that instance. So I can now go and add that, and that person is now going to be added to that team, but we've now got a nice display name. So that's just a little tip when you're adding guest users or external users to your Microsoft Teams. Before you send that off, right, try and adjust that display name if you need to, just to make sure that from a user experience point of view, it just makes it a lot nicer and especially makes that external user feel a little bit more inclusive into your team, okay? Thanks for watching. Another tip in the Microsoft Teams Challenge. Hope that brings you some value. See you in the next episode.